Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. What's up? It's your boy Retro with you on tonight. And you already know what it is, man. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. As you can see in the background, we want to remind you about the third annual Thomas Cricket Smith IV Scholarship Foundation Ride that includes both cars and motorcycles. Will take place at Tabernacle Baptist Church, is where the starting location will be. That takes place on Saturday, May 21st, 2022. So make sure you mark that on your calendar, make it a date, and don't be late. We got a special guest with us on tonight, so I want you to go ahead and hit the share button. We want to talk to a young lady on today who I've watched her on Facebook. And you know, she made an accomplishment, and I was very impressed by the accomplishment that she made. So you know, we want to talk about fear today, false evidence appearing real, and sometimes we have things that kind of scare us, that kind of paralyze us, that kind of stops us from doing what we really desire to do. But sometimes we got to press, and when we press through the so-called fear, we are rewarded with the feeling of accomplishment. We're just rewarded, you know. And so what I'm trying to say is, don't stop because something seems difficult, but learn to press your way. Having some difficulties on tonight with the some technical difficulties, but guess what? We're gonna make it do what it do anyway. All right. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, I want to introduce you to a lovely young lady. She's known by some simply as Spoiled Brat. Are you with us, Spoiled Brat?
I am. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. I'm excited, glad to have you on the show tonight. And so tell the folks who you are. When you introduce yourself, do you introduce yourself as the Spoiled Brat, or how do you introduce yourself?
As for Brad.
All right, so tell the people who the Spoiled Brat is. You can also let them know who you ride with and stuff like that.
I'm a number one stunner.
Come on now.
Out of Charlotte chapter. Hey. I'm a brat because I'm not for like material way. But I'm a brat. If I don't have it my way, it's a problem, and I just pout and just, yeah.
Oh,
you have
boy.
to get to know me to understand.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. So how long you been riding with the number one stunners?
It'll be 2 years in, I think, July. I think it'll be 2 years in July. I've been the number one stunner for 2 years.
Okay. That's what's up. And I see your posts every now and then. We're Facebook friends, so I see your posts and everything like that. And you seem pretty content where you are. Why is it that number one stunners is a good fit for you?
I like everything about the number one stunners. I like everything they stand for. They stand for family, being in the community, riding, the fellowship that we have, the vision that we have, the one voice, the one vision thing.
Okay.
It's just a multitude of things. We're not just riders. We are brothers and we are sisters, and we are here for each other. And I have so much love from the number one stunners. It's just unreal. Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's what's up. So you said it's one voice, one what?
Vision.
One voice, one vision?
Yeah.
That's powerful. I like that. So when you started riding, how did you come across the number one stunners, and how did you become a part, and when was it, and how was it that you determined that you were going to join?
Well, I've been riding bikes. I've been in another club. I stopped riding for a few years, for personal reasons. Mm-hmm. And then when I decided to go back into the club set after I purchased another bike, I looked at a few clubs. I looked at an all female club. I'm not gonna call their name out, but I looked at them. I hung around with them. I went out with them and just participated in stuff as a hang around. You know, you do the hang around thing. They get to determine whether they want you, and you determine whether you want them. And then when I looked at the number one stunners for the Charlotte chapter, I looked into their history. I looked to the creator of the number one stunners. I did my research on them, and I liked how they moved, what they stood for, what they represented. Then I looked at the president of the chapter, of the Charlotte chapter, which is Showtime, and I've known him for many a years, and I just liked the way he moved. And then at the time, the VP was Sweet Cakes. Me and her was in a pride club together. We always still remain friends. And when I got back on the motorcycle set, I liked how the stunners took place, what they did, what they stood for. So I made my decision, well, hey, I think I'm going to go stun away. And so, well, here I am.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I think I might have had the pleasure of meeting you maybe about a year ago, maybe a little longer than that. When I met you, I think I ran into you up at Speedway, I believe it was. And what were you riding at the time? What was you riding?
I was riding a V-Star, Yamaha V-Star 650 Cruiser, I think it's called. The Cruiser, like.
Nice little bike.
Yeah.
Nice little bike.
Yeah. Cute little bike.
Yeah. But you had it all decked out. You made it yours. You had some pink hair and stuff like that. So what was the furthest you've ever rode that motorcycle?
On that motorcycle, I think between Birmingham, Alabama, and Jacksonville, Florida, I think they're about the same. It would take a little bit.
Okay.
But those are the two. I think Birmingham was a little further.
Mm-hmm.
But Birmingham and Alabama, Jackson, because I did the all-female ride last year in Florida, and I rode there. And so I think they're about the same.
Okay. So how was that experience when you did the all-female ride? Number one, that distance riding,
wonderful.
It was wonderful. That's what's up.
Yes.
That's what's up.
All those females, over 400 females in one spot to ride together, to come together, to bond together, a passion of the same interest is just wonderful.
It really is. There is a power
really
in that in and of itself.
Yes.
Now, when you left the Charlotte area, headed down to the all women's ride, did you ride with a group? Did you ride solo? How did that go?
Well, when I left Charlotte, I rode to Columbia by myself, which is only an hour ride.
Right.
But I rode to Columbia to meet with my Columbia sisters of the number one stunners, because we was all riding together. And then the Fayetteville chapter, then we had a multitude of chapters that met us along the way. And so it became a Boston came, Virginia came. We had a whole bunch of stunners that we all met at a certain location, and then we took it on in from there.
Okay. And so currently, up into that moment, that time, that was the furthest you rode. Were there any things that you second guessed making that trip, or anything like that, or were you just the excitement? You was just ready for it?
When I did the all-female ride, I rode to Columbia many times. It's only an hour, but when I rode to Birmingham, Alabama, I did do that myself.
Okay.
It was a little scary. I've never rode to Birmingham, and especially never rode by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little fearful. It was, but you do what you got to do. When you got your mind set up, you just got to do it.
Okay, that's real talk right there. When you just got to make your mind up to do it, and you just make it do what it do.
You got to do it.
Yes, indeed. So, all right. So you were riding the V-Star. What was the name of your bike? Did you give your bike a name?
She really didn't have a bike. I just knew it was a girl.
Okay.
I really just didn't have a little bike, but my stunner brothers and them called her Little Tank. So I guess Little Tank would be her name, because I have to stop every 90 miles because she is a little tank. And
right.
She probably could go faster, but I chose not to go faster because my forceps was like a chopper. They didn't just go straight down,
right.
So it was a little different. So they called me 78 miles because I only rode 78 miles an hour. But
Hey, it is what it is. You was out there though. You was getting it in. You was getting the miles.
I was out there.
So that part right there. All right. So you 78 miles is pretty much where you max out. You're doing your thing. And so, but I found out that you just, you switched over. What's up with that? I mean, what was wrong with the V-Star?
Because I got tired of getting left. I got tired of people slowing down the weight on me, and I just got tired of having a little tank, and I got tired of stopping every 90 miles.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that though. But the real deal is we got to start somewhere, and so I saw your story. I wanted to have you on to talk with you. Because I'm proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you, man. You was out there, you was doing your thing. You found, a new bike, and so I saw you post a bike. I said, okay, she done, came on over to the Harley side, And I said, look at her with her bad self, And then the next day or so, I saw you post that you were leaving Charlotte International Airport. And I said, okay, maybe she taking a little break, a little vacation or something, taking care of some business or whatever. And we got a viewer, Dan. He's watching with us on tonight. He says he know dudes that won't do 78. So you was doing 78 on your V-Star, and you was doing your thing. You know what I mean? You was indeed. So just to cut to the chase and let those that are watching with us, let them know. So my girl, the Brat, she she done upped her game, and she's now, well, as a matter of fact, I'm not gonna steal your thunder. Go ahead and tell the folk what you're riding now.
I'm riding a Road King.
A what?
A Road King.
Oh, come on. Let's give it up for the Brat, man, the spoiled Brat. She is riding a Road King. I'm a real talk though. When I was riding cruisers, when I first started riding cruisers, I was like everybody else, started on a sport bike, and I think after I got off the sport bike, I got it was really a bobber type, chopper type thing, and it was cool, it was fun, it was real different. But then I got I think I started riding a Honda or a V-Star or something. I don't remember which one came first. But anyway, when I started thinking about Harleys, it real talk though, it was the Road King that was on my mind. I was really looking to get a Road King because I really do happen to have a sweet spot for Road King. So if we got any Road King riders other than the spoiled Brat, say something in the comment section. Let us know that the Road King is a real bike. That part right there.
But when I originally was trying to get the bike, the street ad, and at first I got the bike, I got approved for the bike, and I was just so excited. I'm about to be a Harley owner now. I get to bring a Harley here. I'm a Harley owner. And then they was like, well, you got approved for it. I was about to tell me my payments, and then they came back and said, well, do you have a co-signer? I said, a co-signer? No. If I can't get this bike on my own,
come on now. Right.
I don't, it's just not. So I was really upset. I had a tear in my eye, and I was like, guys, this must not be the bike you want me to have. So she was like, well, look and see, can you find, or is anything else catch your eye? And it was other Road Glides. And then when I saw him, which his name is Mr., by the way. When I saw Mr., which is the Road Glide, I was like, oh, buddy, that's it. And so I was saying to myself, God, please let this bike be for me. Please let him be for me. Because I really wanted the Harley. Please let him be for me. So when I texted the lady and I said, okay, this is the one I want. Can I get that? She said, let me. And when I tell you, it took almost a week and a half. I thought I was buying a house. Well, I do have a house now. But the process was not easy. It was really stressful. And I was getting aggravated and about to give up on it. Just forget it. And I was going to trade my bike in on the Street Glide. Well, I didn't have to trade it in. I just gave them a $2,000 down, and I still got my other bike.
Right.
So, but when she came back and she said, yes, you can have it, it's yours. And I was like, okay, yes, it's mine.
So,
Because
ladies,
the first bike wasn't for me.
it wasn't
so.
for you. And whenever you're buying a motorcycle, a car, even a house for that matter, I just think that you've got to get to the point where you trust the process, number one, and like you did, you talk to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And we have to do that. We have to do that. My wife is watching tonight as well, and she's saying congratulations to you on your purchase. So,
I know God was tired of hearing me about this bike, because I kept saying, God, please. I know God said, girl, please just leave me alone about this bike.
So a lot of times people will, they go to the local Harley shop, they'll go to the local, motorcycle shop or whatever. But you actually went all the way to Texas to get this bike.
I did.
So how did that happen? What were you, just online, or?
I'm gonna be all the way 100. It was two reasons. One reason is the Harley dealerships here are very hard, and they are really hard to get a Harley with. They are very hard. The second reason is, y'all please don't hate me, because I didn't want nobody else to have a Harley like mine, so I went clean the car.
So we've got the brat. She's joined in, of course, by telephone line, as you know. But just so that you know, we've got a picture of your beautiful bike on the screen right now. So everybody's looking at Mister, and he looks real good. He looks real good.
Thank you. He's dirty right now.
Well, I'm saying you just wrote. Matter of fact, how many miles did you ride from what part of Texas, and how many miles was it that you did?
I picked up my bike. I flew to Dallas, Texas. I picked up the bike in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
And I rode back to Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, do you know how many miles you clocked from Texas back?
When I got to Atlanta on Saturday night, I stayed in Atlanta. When I ended my 360, I had 1,366 miles at that time.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
By the time I got back to Charlotte, North Carolina, I think it was like 15 something.
Okay. Well, we're going to give you another congratulations right there. A hand of applause right there. Round of applause right there. So from Texas all the way back to Charlotte, North Carolina, that's what's up. I got a couple more pictures I'm putting on the screen here. Let me ask you this. What was your most memorable part of this trip? Because that's not an easy, you did it solo, number one. You flew down and you rode back all by yourself.
I did.
So was it? Go ahead.
The moment when I saw him, I was in love.
Okay.
And I can just start by saying that I've never rode a bike that big. I didn't know anything. My bike is little. The V-Star is little. I can handle her with just, I can pick it up with one hand. It's just that's how little it is. This is an extremely big bike. I'm only 5'4". It's hard to hold up. They had it lowered to as far as it would go, and I'm still on tiptoes. So it was a struggle with the bike. It's a struggle, but it's okay because it's my struggle and I'm going to accomplish it. But I think the greatest accomplishment was when I rode across that North Carolina state line.
Yes, sir.
I just started shouting in my helmet, "Thank you, God. Thank you. I made it. I did it. I did this. I did this." Because I'm not going to lie, I second guessed myself. I was scared. I was like, is this the right thing to do? Should I not do this? Because, I talked to God about it. I know I probably got on his last nerve.
Nah. I doubt that. Matter of fact, I know for a fact that you didn't, and I think a lot of times, the thing is, my topic tonight is false evidence appearing real. And so often the devil will plant things in our ears, right? And it will take on a life all of its own. No doubt you probably had voices talking to you, hearing things about, it's just, the enemy. That's how he is, man. So I often go ahead.
The whole way on that highway, going through Texas, Louisiana, going through Birmingham, in my mind, I saw so many things that could have been bad. A pothole could flip me, a tractor trailer could have pulled me, a car, texting.
Mm-hmm.
Many cars came over into my lane. I'm like, you don't see me. I'm right here, and just so many things just role played in my mind. But I just had to block that because I can't see that right now because I'm trying to get home safe. I'm trying to get home alive. I want to come home. But a lot of things did play in my mind. And to be honest with you, when I first got on him to ride him around to, make sure I could get him, I was terrified. But I couldn't let that bike know I'm scared of you because I couldn't do it. Because I didn't want that bike to control me. I had to control him. And then God was in control of me, and God let me have that bike and brought me home.
There you go. That part right there. I tell people this because what you did was right, because if you ride scared, it's gonna come through in your controls, so you got to, I get it, new bike, you're a little apprehensive or whatever, but you really gotta take control, kind of relax, calm down, and then just get out there and do what it do, because for me, motorcycling is physical. So, if you're too weak, you can't hold up the bike and different things like that, right? But not only is it physical, it's also mental. You got to get your mind right. For the journey. If you get ready to take that journey, you got to get your mind together. But then it's also spiritual. You know what I mean? As you just explained, you was talking to God. And that's a good thing. A lot, yeah. So, has this trip changed you in any way?
It has.
Okay.
Something that most people probably would never do. I've never been to Texas. I've never been to Louisiana. I got to go somewhere I've never been, and I got to. It was just amazing. It's really not any words to really explain the accomplishment and how I feel. I mean, I've always rode my bike. I've always will ride, but when you ride across multiple state lines, that's different. Some people will only ride to the state line and say, "Oh, let me turn around and go back. I can't go no further." Or might just ride to the corner store to an event and hey, you think they're a rider. But when you cross the multiple state lines, that's amazing.
It really is. It really is. And so when you came, which route did you take? Did you do you remember which route you took? Did you take I-10?
I think it was I-20.
I left
Dallas, Texas, and then I went straight on through Louisiana. Through Mississippi. I went through Mississippi. I went through Alabama, Birmingham, Meridian, Alabama, Georgia. I went through Dallas, and it was amazing. That Dallas traffic, let me tell you.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it ain't no joke.
I was petrified as I'm not a new rider. I'm a new rider on a big tractor trailer bike. That's what I call it, a tractor trailer bike.
Tractor trailer bike.
That's what I call it. But getting on the highway for the first time, I was really shook and nervous. But I knew I had to do it because I can't leave that bike on the highway and walk home.
Right.
Yeah, the bike has to get back to Charlotte. I need it. So I had to put my fear aside and just put my trust in God, and He got me home. Now, let me just say that before I mounted that bike, I prayed. And I prayed over that bike, get me home safe, get me back to your new home. And I prayed to God to guide me and just let me make it. I talked to Him a lot. I know He probably saying it's other people that want to talk to me too. Stop talking to me. That's how much I talk to God.
Yeah.
And, I talk to Him an awful lot. I talk to Him a lot.
Now, do you talk to Him as much when you're off the bike, or was this just because of this whole trip? Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
But I talk to Him an awful lot on this bike.
Yeah, there you go.
I talk to Him every day, multiple times a day.
Nice. We've got another viewer, Dan. He says crossing state lines is where you cross from motorcycle enthusiast to biker. And so, I'm telling you, it's just something different when you're getting across those state lines and you happen to cross through some good riding area And so again, we salute you, young lady, for stepping out and making it do what it do. Now, I know you had a lot of people reaching out to you, texting, calling,
I did.
following you on Facebook. How did that help you?
It helped me. I had my sergeant at arms Cliff made me he didn't make me, he just suggested, hey, Brad, put 360 on. So I put 360 on.
Mm-hmm.
The National Sergeant at Arms, Taco, made me add him in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had about 20 people on 360 could see my speed. They would tell me to slow down because I could roll on that bike.
Oh, yeah.
I got pulled over by Alabama police.
Did you really?
Alabama. I did, because he said I was going a lot. I was doing 92.
Oh, so they can't call you 78 no more.
But I had a lot of people that was encouraging me, a lot of white ones. And the white ones is, well, number one, stunners, but we wear white vests instead of black vests. Mm-hmm. There are some black vested female stunners, but they call the females white ones because we wear white vests.
Gotcha.
So it was a lot of white vested stunners that was so happy and excited for me. They encouraged me, they motivated me. I had people, number one stunners sending me cash app, paying for my room,
Nice.
to sleep at night. I had the Atlanta chapter, Brad, come here, you're going to sleep here, we're going to wash your clothes, we're going to get you a hot shower,
Nice.
we're going to get you a meal in, take a nap and rest, and then we'll pull out the next day. So I left Friday and I got home Sunday evening. But I had a lot of people from Facebook that are not bikers, but just in general, like, oh, you can do it, I'm proud of you. I had people that I don't even know was in my inbox and DMs and just, hey, you can do it, you did good, you look great, XYZ. I had a lot of mental support, more support, though I was there by myself, but I had so many people there riding with me.
Yeah.
Spiritually, so people follow me along the way, it's not like physically, but, follow me on my posts and stuff. So, like, whenever I would cross the line, I took a picture, I posted it, hopped back on, and keep on going to the next one.
Yeah.
But I always stayed in touch and let people know, hey, how I'm doing good, we doing it, we pushing it, the wind is fighting, I got to fight with the wind. At nighttime, it's cold. It was cold. When I say it was cold, it was cold.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of people, riding with me mentally,
Okay.
spiritually.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Sisterhood. And
Yeah.
that's just really good. Now, there's a saying that I often say, and I'm not the only one to say, everybody, there's a lot of people that say what I'm about to say. My wife, she says sisterhood, and she also says community is the key. And that is true, because, when you're traveling like that, just to have people, drop a text, drop a cash app, and just all that different things that they do, man, it just really, helps you out. But the saying is each one reach one, each one teach one. Now that you've crossed several state lines, I mean, you a ground pounder now. I mean, you doing your thing, So what would you do to encourage somebody else, maybe another sister or even brother for that matter, who, thinks that it's too difficult to do? How would you be able to encourage them now that you've, hit your several state lines?
I mean, I can just tell them my journey and what I went through and how of a great experiment it was for me. I mean, some people can't even do that, so it was really good for me, emotional for me. I got to spend time with God. I got to talk and go through things in my life and relive things and think about things. After this accomplishment, what's next? What can I do next? Where am I? I'm already planning another ride.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So this year, if I can do this, I can do anything. And if somebody wants to ride and I can ride with them, I would be more than happy to ride with them. Just let me know and we'll take off from work and we'll go.
So where's your next? Where would you like to go next? Where's your next ride?
One of my son and sisters in Milwaukee wants to do the was it the Four Corners?
Mhm.
I've not done that, so I'm thinking, hey, why not?
Okay. That's
she
yeah.
That like what you did.
Well, we didn't do the Four Corners, you know.
No.
But you know,
Right.
but it is a beautiful thing.
Y'all get a ride.
We did.
So
We did.
Plan on doing something like that for next year.
Okay. Well, definitely keep me posted, and when I say me, I speak for Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry as well as the number one stunners. If y'all got anything going on, make sure you keep us posted. We'll love to come by and show some love, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Right. It's all about showing love. So any plans for the bike? I know you just got Mr. and he's home and everything, and now let me ask you this before we go there. Now you said that you're only 5 feet and some change tall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's so and your bike, you said that it's already been lowered as low as it can go?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you still feel a little challenged with being
I am. I stand on my tippy toes, and if I lean the bike over, I can put flat foot on one, but I'm scared I'm gonna drop it. But somebody told me I might want to look at changing my seat out.
Exactly.
The seat might help me to be a little lower to the ground, so I'm gonna look at that. Yeah. That's
exactly what I was gonna suggest. You can get that seat, a lower seat, and it'll make a world of difference.
Yeah.
It'll make a world of difference, because we definitely want you to be able to get those feet flat when you pull up, because that's go ahead.
Yeah, my club sister from Milwaukee, Mad Max, she has a Road King too. She said she had to get her seat done too.
Yeah.
She kind of the ground.
Yeah. But you're doing it, man. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, I know you're on the clock, so I don't want to take up all your time. You probably got some stuff you gotta, get ready to do throughout the night and everything. But I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on the Retro Philosophy Show and share with me and the listeners your accomplishment. And I tell you what, man, let me know the next time you have some time, and we'll get together and we'll ride. All right?
Yeah, we are.
All right, then. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. You have a good night. And once again, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, saints and angels, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, give it up for the brat. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight. You have a good night, okay?
You too, Rachel. Good night.
All right. Yeah, bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was the one and only, the Brat. And as I said, we got a chance to meet probably a little bit over a year ago. Really nice young lady. And I see her on Facebook, and, she's always out trying to do a little thing, riding and everything. And I saw when she had, got that new bike, and I said, okay, look at Brad. Look at her doing her thing. And then I just watched her journey, man. And it was just, I was really proud of her, man. She's doing a thing. And so, anybody can. I had a gentleman at work today. I ride to work mostly every day, and they always saying something about the bike and about my journeys and stuff. And he says, "Would you teach me how to ride?" I said, "Man, get your bike, man. We make it happen. We'll make it happen." But see, the thing is, we can really inspire people. When I say we, I'm talking about those of us that ride. It's not about intimidating anybody. It's not about making anybody feel as though they're less than you because you do more. Maybe all they need is that encouragement. All they need is that example, that guidance, and before you know it, they can take off. Just like the Brat said. She was kind of scared at first, but she said, "Look, I gotta get this bike back home." So she buckled down, took control of the situation, and made it do what it do. And now already she's talking about doing a bigger trip. She's talking about the Four Corners. You hear me? And so my point is, sometimes all we've got to do is get started, and then, man, God, we can just take off from there. Let's see here. Dan says Mean City Cycles in North Carolina can probably customize the seat you have. Okay, so Brad, he's saying that Mean City Cycles. Dan, what part of North Carolina is it in? Do you know? Is it in the Charlotte area or whatever? If you know, let me know. You can either put it in the comment section or inbox me or whatever, and we'll relay that information to her. But I know those seats, changing. As a matter of fact, my vice president, lowrider, he's short, and so his new bike that he got, of course, was higher than the previous bike. So he lowered it, and that helped out. But then he got the seat, and that really helped out. So he actually had his bike put back up to the proper height or the stock height, and just working with just the new seat. So the seats really do help. It's in Maiden. Okay. Well, Trey, thank you for letting us know. He said Mean City is in Maiden, and they do a banging job. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to check them out. Mean City. Mean City Cycles. All right. I'm gonna have to look them up, because Maiden is right around the corner. That's not too far from where we are. But false evidence appearing real. And so, people have been told down through the years that motorcycles are dangerous. Guess what? They are. But so isn't your Ford Focus, your Prius, your Tesla, your skateboard. Sitting in your house is dangerous. I'm saying. And so even though things are dangerous, or maybe I should say it this way, even though things have an element of danger, it doesn't mean we should be paralyzed or stopped or freeze and just not do certain things, because in my opinion, that's not living. Now everything we do, we should be careful as much as we can, just like the Brad said. She said she prayed and she talked to God, before she got on it, while she was riding, and then after you've done that, man, I'm saying just make it do what it do. So anyway, false evidence appearing real. That's the acronym for fear, right? Or fear is an acronym. False evidence appearing real. And so sometimes we, as I said, we become paralyzed, and we just freeze, and we don't do things that, had we given it a shot, we would have found out that not only were we able to do it, but we were able to do it and do it really well. And not only were we able to do it and do it really well, but as we were doing it and doing it really well, we found out there was a lot of enjoyment and pleasure and all that stuff wrapped up in doing it. And so get out and live a little. It is appointed unto man once to die, and after this to judgment. That I know that, and so every one of us, we're gonna leave here one day. And all I'm simply trying to say is live a little before you do. Be careful, but again, live a little. Live a little. Go on and get the motorcycle. Go on and get the what do you call it? The Spider or the slingshot. Make it do what it do, because you ain't gonna bring none of that money with you. I don't see no hearses behind, no U-Hauls behind no hearse. I ain't never seen that one. And so just live a little. Just live a little. So we as bikers, we case in point, and the point that I'm making is, let us not be the kind of biker that's always trying to intimidate somebody, because at the end of the day, we all people. I'm just put that part out there. We're all just folks, you know what I mean? But today I was on my way to work, right? And I'll be honest with you, one of my pet peeves is when people pull up behind me real close. I'm gonna start a segment, y'all. I'm gonna start a segment, and this segment is going to be to educate people who don't ride, because some people do things because they just don't know. And so anyway, you just keep your ears and your eyes out for that segment. We're gonna start that segment probably this summer. So anyway, I'm on my way to work, and a vehicle, an SUV, pulls up behind me, and they about get up on my back tire. And it really irks me when they do that, right? So I'm looking in my mirror, and they up close on me, right? So boom, I pull up a little bit, put a little bit more space between us, and then they pull back up. Thank you, Dan. I see the text. I got the address and everything. 525 East Main Street in Maiden, North Carolina. I'm going to check them out, and I'm going to tell them that you sent me. I'm going to tell them that you sent me. I might make that something I do this weekend when I've got some time. So anyway, they pull up on me. I pull up a little bit to get some more space behind, between us, and they pulled up again. So now I'm like, okay, dude, lady, because I couldn't make it out through the windshield. I couldn't see it. It was tinted or whatever. Trey says, it's easier to appreciate God's work when you don't have a windshield in your way. The bike allows you to see, smell, and feel, and feel the direct world around you. I would say that is absolutely true. Absolutely true. When I'm on my bike, when I'm pounding, I don't get tired like I do when I'm in the car. You know, when I'm in the car, just like, okay, are we there yet? But when I'm on the bike, sure enough, you know, I'm literally taking it all in. You know, I'm riding, I'm taking it in, I'm looking at the scenery, I'm experiencing the scenery. You know, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, and I want to encourage you to do it if you ever get the chance. Okay, if you got to rent a motorcycle, rent one and just take a trip. If you have one, get beyond the state lines. We are planning, I'm gonna put it out there, we got a meeting this coming week, and when I say we, Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry, we have a meeting this week. Okay, this coming Sunday. If you are interested in being a part, give me a call, inbox me, I'll give you the details. We are putting together a ride. It's the four corners, not of the United States, but the four corners of North Carolina. Okay, now we are going to leave and we're going to head to what do you call it? We're going to head to Wilmington. And then from Wilmington, we're going to go up the coast, Kitty Hawk and all that stuff. We may do it in reverse, but we're going to go up the coast and then we'll leave there. We'll head over to Boone. We'll leave Boone down to Murphy, North Carolina, from Murphy back home. Or we may do it in reverse. And that's what we're going to hash out during this meeting this week. We may do it in reverse, leave the Charlotte area, head over to Murphy, up to Boone, over to, you know, Kitty Hawk, the Outer Banks, and then come on down and then hit Wilmington and then come on back home. So, but anyway, we're going to do that. Let's see here. Yep, I saw it, Dan. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Let's give it up for Dan. We're going to check them out. Mean City Cycles in Maiden, North Carolina. We're going to give them a shout out. But anyway, what I'm saying is, get out. Well, maybe you're not going across state lines yet. Well, hit the four corners of your state. Get out and hit some back roads, you know. But once you get out beyond your state, man, and you start crossing state lines, man, even as the Brat was sharing on tonight, you know, that feeling of accomplishment. She crossed state lines that she had never gone to before, you know, and it's just, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. So I'm hoping that we stir somebody's conscience, that we stir somebody's inner strength or whatever, you know, to just take that trip this summer. Take the trip and just get on your bike. So if you want to do a nice ride, now the ride that we're planning in total is going to be about 1,300 miles. Okay. And so like I said, we'll leave here. It'll be about a 2-night thing. We'll leave here, we'll camp out or get a hotel or whatever I should say. So it will be an overnight trip, be about the total of 2 days or whatever. But what I'm saying is, come ride with us. You know, you want to get some good riding, and we're going to do some highway riding, but we're going to do a lot of back road riding as well. We're going to hit a lot of back roads because it's a different experience on the interstate than it is on the back roads. Now, I can enjoy both. It just kind of depends, I guess, depending on what mood I'm in. But both of them have their own glory, if you will. You know, you're out on the open road on the interstate, and you just, you know, you either got your cruise set and you just, you know, just letting it eat. You know what I mean? And you just out there, you're stretched out and just nice and comfortable. But then sometimes on those back roads, man, you know, you got the curves and you got the, you know, the awesome sights, and it's just so much to see. So much to see. When God made this world, he did a good job. He really did. And you know, I enjoy getting the opportunity to go out of the country and visit other countries and things. That's great too. But there's so much beautiful stuff right here in these United States of America to see as well. Okay. And so with that said and done, I want to holler at everybody who's watching tonight, especially if you are a rider, and share with us some great places that you've gone that you think someone else should go and experience. Now, when you visit these places and when you go and you're traveling on your motorcycle, don't be selfish. Take some selfies, take some videos, share it. You know, I enjoy watching other people post their trip while they're traveling or certain destinations that they get to. Jennifer, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my little sister Jennifer. She's in the building. She had a moment this morning, but we was praying you through, girl. We were praying you through. I hope all is well. And but thank you for pressing play. I want you to know that we love you and we are definitely lifting you in prayer. You are doing a great job. I don't care what nobody say. All right. So you hold on to that and you remember that. All right. So again, thanks for pressing play, Jen. Let's give it up for Jennifer, y'all. Let's see. Hey, Jen, this one's for you, Jennifer. Okay. Yeah. We will always love you, little sis. All right. Yeah, we will always love you. Okay. We got your back. You just let us know what you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I enjoy watching people do their thing, take their trips, and you're getting some shots and stuff like that. You're taking a couple selfies and everything, and because a lot of times, it inspires other people. Like, oh, that spot looks pretty nice. I've never been there, and then all of a sudden you hop on the phone and you start Googling, where's that at? And it's like, okay, that's gonna be my next trip. And so when we take this ride that we're planning up, I'm expecting to come across some really nice sites. We're going to be sharing it with you guys. Thank you so much, Jen. She says, amen. Love you too. Amen. Amen. It's nice to be loved, and it's nice to be told that you love. Because see, some folks say, I got love for you. I got love for you. You got it for me, but I ain't feeling it. So sometimes you got to take time to tell people, hey, sis, hey, bro, I love you, man. I love you, sis. And then sometimes after you get done telling them, show your love. Show you right. Yeah. Show your love, and pick up a grocery or something like that, a chicken leg or something, bring them I'm saying sometimes you got to put some actions with your words, you know what I'm saying? And that's for everybody watching tonight. Okay. I know you told them that you love them, but prove it. Put some action with your words. All right. Because the Bible says, by this shall all men know that you are my disciples, because you have love one to another. Okay. It didn't say love one for another, because having something for me, it may never get to me. But when you have love one to another, it literally gets to its destination. It's transferring. Okay. That part right there. Are you with me, Jen? You okay? She's got the praise going on right there. She giving God some praise right there. And so that's what it's all about, folks. Okay. So each one reach one, each one teach one. Be strategic in your doings, especially as it relates to motivating others. Let me get back to my story because I got sidetracked, right? So they pulled up behind me, right? And I'm like, good Lord, and I'm about, especially once I pulled up to get some space back between us, and they pulled up again, and I'm like, okay, the old man was like, all right, now, he was getting ready, and so what I did was, what did I do? I think I might have put my hand back to let him know, chill, and so no, I didn't do that. So what happened was the light turned green, right? So boom, I take off, I didn't skid into nothing like that, but I just, I took off moderately, and we get to the next stop, right? And they pull up behind me, but this time they kept they were like 2 car lengths back. They stopped. They left plenty of space, right? And so what I did was I gave them the thumbs up, because what I realized in that split moment was sometimes people do things because they don't know better, right? And so, I could have got all irate and everything and started, and that wouldn't have done nothing. It wouldn't have helped anything, right? But this individual, they got it. They understood that, okay, he looking back here because, we kind of close. So at the next stop, they left me plenty of space. So I gave him the thumbs up, waved my hand, saying thank you. You see what I'm saying? So now next time, instead of me getting attitude, and now the next time they see somebody on the bike, they think, bikers are just crazy and just always want, nah. We gotta help educate people. And I hope some shape, form, or fashion, we are able to do so on the show here, the Retro Philosophy Show. She says, I love to travel. You do, sis. And I'll be seeing you get your travel on too, man. I'll be seeing you get your travel on. And, when you work hard, you should be able to treat yourself every now and then. I think we owe it to ourselves to treat ourselves every now and then, man. Otherwise, your working is, in my opinion, is in vain. Treat yourself every now and then. And let me say this, and I'll get ready to shut it down tonight. I traveled for the first time without my family. I think I was 15 years old. Yeah, I was like 15 years old, right? It was me, my homeboy Hopeton. Happy birthday, Hopeton. His birthday was the 1st of this month. We talked briefly on his birthday, but it was me, him, and my homeboy Julian, rest in peace. It was the 3 of us. And we were like brothers. Whenever you saw one, you at least saw the other one, or if not all three of us, But anyway, we went down to Silver Springs, Maryland. I never forget it, And for me, that was, and probably for all three of us at that time, it was probably our first trip from Massachusetts down to Silver Springs. Not a huge trip, but for us being so young, it was, we were proud that we made that move. And from there, it seemed like it just didn't really stop. Not like I'm everywhere all the time, but sometimes until you get beyond or get over that fear of doing something, you'll realize that it really ain't that difficult. It ain't as scary as you thought it was going to be. And now that you've done it, you kind of like it, And so, it was Maryland, it was Miami, it was Jamaica, and, here, there. And so sometimes you just got to get out there and make it do what it do. Now, here's what I found out about traveling. Traveling opens you up as an individual. Okay. It will broaden your perspective on life. It will, because different areas, things are done differently. Different regions, people are different, and so it just opens you up, and so again, if you ever get the opportunity, some people don't leave outside of their county. And I'm not here tonight to make fun of someone who has not traveled outside of their county. I'm here tonight, hopefully, to encourage somebody to say, you know what, you got $300 shoes on your feet, but them shoes ain't been outside the county. Now, come on now, that don't make no sense. That $300 right there, that could have taken you a little weekend trip, And so I encourage people to take the opportunity to travel when you get a chance. Don't say it's too expensive and you can't do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. If you want to do it, you can do it. You make time to do what you want to do. You find the money to get what you really want to get. And so don't say you can't do it. You can put a few dollars away every week, right? And by the end of the year, you got enough money to take your trip. And if you worried about finances, do an all-inclusive trip. Really, because that way, once it's paid for, it's paid for. It's your room, your food, everything. It's one of them all-inclusive joints. And so you can find you a nice little all-inclusive trip. I don't know if I got any travel agents on here tonight, but grand, somewhere around there, you know what I mean? Maybe even cheaper than that, so make it do what it do. You get your taxes back and you go and you buy a new refrigerator, you go and buy that 70-inch TV and them crab legs and everything, and instead of splurging on it like that, take that tax money and book you a trip. All right, book you a trip. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. That's all I got for you on tonight. Again, we want to thank Spoiled Brat of Number One Stunners for being with us on tonight. She was our guest tonight. Let's give it up for her. And again, I'm really proud of you, Brat, because she got the bike that she wanted. She didn't let the fact that it was several states over stop her from going to get it. And she flew out there, got her bike, and then rode it back solo, all by herself. That right there, that's some real G stuff right there. That's the kind of stuff I like to hear about. So we definitely wanted to get her on here tonight, and we'll get her back on here another time when she's camera ready. How about that? Because she's on the job doing her thing, so she ain't really, but we're gonna get her back on the show at a later date. And we're also going to get some footage. We're going to get together and we're going to ride and we'll get some footage. How about that? All right, folks, it's your boy Retro, man. I'm going to get ready to get out of here, shut it down, make it do what it do. Yes, sir. That's a real biker right there. That's a real biker for real. All right, folks, thank you for pressing play, being a part of the Retro Philosophy Show. We don't have our graphics and stuff today, some technical difficulties. I'm not really sure what's what. We'll sort it out later. It's all good. We still got our point across, and that's what's important. Jennifer, you have a good night too, sis. We love you, and we will talk with you soon. Everybody, including Lottie Dottie, have a good night. It's your boy Retro, and I'm out of here. Hey, Jen, Shelly said, what's up? Oh, gosh. I love it. All right, folks, I'm out of here. God bless you and heaven smile on you.